Went live. Hey, Pat. What's happening, girlfriend? How are you?
Yeah, all right.
Well, she replies, and I know she can hear me. Can you hear me, Pat? Hopefully you can. Wah, wah, wah. Hey, Lori. What's happening, girlfriend? How are you? Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Fran. Oh, good. Thank you, honey. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Lori. Hey, Laura. Thank you, honey. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? I'm going to try to sit in this oven tonight. I mean, it's only, what is it like? It's only 80 some degrees here. So it's not like it's, and close to 100 like it was before. So it's not that bad. But for some reason, this room is so hot. Hey, Maciel, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yee, where are you going? Oh, my goodness. It's not bad in here, though, huh? It's not hot in here like it normally is. That's good. So how was everybody's week? I almost spit my drink all over. Sorry, my husband almost fell. And I'm one of those people that would totally help him after I got done laughing. I almost spit my drink out everywhere. Okay, let's see. Hey, Bethany. Good, Maciel. Glad to hear. Hey, JR, what's happening? So, my hubby ordered one. The little air conditioner thing, he ordered one. Yeah, he looked into it and he ordered one. You did order it, right?
No, not yet.
You said you were ordering it the other night.
I was going to.
Oh, well, you should order it. You should order it.
I figured we'd wait until we got back from trip.
Oh, okay. No, because by then it's gonna be like 150 degrees in this room. Jeez Louise. My hubby was like, oh, I just thought I would wait until after we got back from vacation. Well, we're not leaving for vacation until the end of July. So it would be like 175 degrees in here, Long, I agree, Fran. I'll agree with you on that. It has been a long week. I'm sitting in the basement with the cat, staying as cool as I can. Oh, good, Lori. You know what? That's what really sucks here, too, though. In our house, I go down to the basement because our laundry room's in the basement. We have like a big family room, a bathroom, a bedroom, and a laundry room. But we're using the family room. It's a storage place, okay, y'all. When my husband's stepdad passed away, he inherited like all of his tools. So he's got like all the stuff down there. But the basement, every time I walk down there, it feels so cool. It feels so good down there. And I'm like, ugh. Because for years we used it as like a family room. And there was, our oldest son used the bedroom and bathroom down there. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe we'll go back to using it at some point. Oh, you're getting tons of rain in Florida. Wow. I kind of saw with in Miami, the building collapse. They've had like so much bad weather. Y'all are getting it out there. Yes, this week seems so long. I agree with you, Stephanie. Hey, Festus' mom. What's happening, girlfriend? He's in trouble now. Not too much trouble. I let him slide usually. You can put a chunk of ice in front. You know what? I was telling my husband, like, we used to take like jugs, fill them up with water and freeze them and put them in front of the fan. That does help. That really does help. Hey, Kim, what's happening, Mama? I don't know where Ken is, but you know what? It's probably my fault because I forgot to tell my hubby to post the Friday Night Live thing. Yeah, that was my fault. Hold on, let me see if she's on here or not. She may be asleep. If she's smart, she's asleep because, you know, it's so late there where she's from. And I meant to shoot her a message today, and of course I didn't do it. No, she's not been on there, so I don't know. She's probably asleep. I don't blame her. I'd be asleep too if it were the middle of the night. Oh yeah, Hurricane Elson's coming through, huh? Is it considered a hurricane already? I can't remember. South Georgia, lots of rain here. Oh, hey, Bethany. Yeah, Stephanie, it really does help. I mean, seriously, especially if you can get, you know, the half-gallon plastic milk jugs. Fill that sucker up, but make sure you leave, like, don't fill it all the way to the top. And put it in your freezer and then put it in front of the fan. And as it thaws or whatever, you know, it does work. Oh, storming where you're at too. We got really bad storms yesterday. It was like in the high 90s and it got up. Supposedly, somebody said, where did I see that it got up to 101 in downtown DC? It was, you guys, it was so hot. I mean, I feel so bad for, what is it, like Washington State and all up through there. Because I mean, they're not used to it. A lot of their houses don't even have air conditioning, you know? It's like the people that live on the beach in California, they don't even have AC. So, I mean, so yeah, so it's been getting up. But the problem was, like, the other day, I think it said it was 97 or 98. I can't remember which. But the humidity was like 83%. I'm like, what the heck? You know, the humidity is what kills you, you know? Because, like, I can go to Vegas all day and it can be 102. And yeah, it's hot, but it's not like that overwhelming, I feel like I'm going to drop dead hot. You know what I mean? And that's what we had here for several days. And then yesterday it stormed really bad yesterday afternoon. And then today it's been much cooler. But I think we have like a community swimming pool. So I think hubby and I are going to go to the pool tomorrow and just chill at the pool. Oh, thanks, Lori. Thanks, Festus's mom. Cat one right now. Oh, wow. Okay. It's been nice and cool here in Colorado. Oh, good. Good, good. When are you moving? What's going on with that, Kim? You're still moving, right? I hear D minor in there. Like something's wrong. I think she wants, you know what it is? I don't know if it's just because she's getting older. Because she turned 11 June 1st. But we have like one of those, because our bed's really high. So we have one of those big, really big ramps for our bed. And it's like, I don't know. I think she forgets that it's there. And so she'll just sit there and yip till somebody picks her up. I think just because she's getting older, she just forgets. Because, you know, if I say, oh, come on, Dee, and I hit the ramp, you know, like, come on over here, then she'll come running up. So, yeah. It snowed on Pikes Peak the other, wow. Yeah, it's, you know, I can tell you this, though. I will tell you this. In this area, though, you know, when I was younger, I mean, it was nothing for it to be 102 degrees. It was nothing to hit the hundreds when I was younger, with that high humidity, you know. But through the years, the temperature has gradually gone down, so it's not as bad. But it's just the daggone humidity. If it were, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. If it were like a dry heat, it would be okay. But because it's so freaking humid, it sucks. I mean, sometimes even when it's in the 80s, it's disgusting because it's so humid. You know what I mean? Trying to find a house. We were outbid 3 times already. Oh my gosh, Kim. It's so bad right now, right? It's so bad. Like, houses around here. Okay, so I don't like a month ago, I think we had a house down the street, and it's like as soon as it hit the market, nobody had even seen it. Okay, so sight unseen, there were like 4 bids. People were trying to outbid each other. That's how, like, it's horrible. And I know it's like that everywhere. It's not just here. I know it's because when I was in Kansas City, my sister was saying the same thing. Like, a house goes on the market, you know, and it's gone so quick. Oh, you mean, I think I misunderstood, Bethany. You mean like in Colorado? Okay. Thought you meant here. I'm like, girl, it gets so hot here. But it is a lot better than it used to be. I will say that. It's not great, but it's a lot better than it used to be. You guys, I got a new shirt. I want to show it to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God, I'm gonna fall. You see it? Be kind to everyone. Okay. As I fall getting up and fall sitting back down. So I found this little girl, Jordan, on TikTok, right? And she has autism, and she also has another illness. I can't remember what it's called, but as a result, it makes her voice like really deep, and she has to get like a lot of speech therapy and stuff like that. But she's so freaking cute, you guys. She's so cute. So she started this company, Be Kind to Everyone. And, you know, at the end of my videos, I say, be nice, be kind. Anyway, so when I found her and I saw the shirt, I was like, I have to get that shirt. I have to get one. And I wanted this other design that she had, but she was sold out of it. So I got this one. But I'm telling you guys, she's so adorable. Like, she signs her little cards. See Jordan at the bottom? She signs all her little cards. She works in the shop. She folds up the t-shirts, and then they put a BeKindToEveryone.com #summer shirt project. I don't know if you can see that, but then she puts, oh, I can't even talk. She puts the bracelet around the t-shirt, and then she puts it in the envelope. Like, she does all this stuff, right? It's a really cool company, you guys. It's her Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is at Summer Shirt Project. So if you know anybody that, you know, has autism, or they don't have to have autism to have a shirt. You know what I mean? Just to support autism, you know? And this little girl, she's so cute. You guys should go watch her. She's so cute. I just love her to death. She's so sweet. So yeah, so I went on there and ordered a shirt because I was like, you know what? The money's going for a great cause. Like, how can you not, right? Wow, homes here are going for 600 to 750,000. Yeah, that's the way they are here too, girl. They're going, oh. Yeah, isn't it a cool shirt? I really like it. Hey, Darlene. So yeah, you definitely should go check out these shirts. Like I said, if you know anybody that has autism or that supports autism, everybody should support autism, right? But you know what I'm saying. Go get a shirt because money goes for a great cause. You know what I mean? Wait, let me get Have you ever heard about the family in Houston shot to death? Pregnant, mom, dad, one sibling dead, and one sibling got hit but played dead until they left and called grandma. Wow, no, I haven't heard of that. Holy crap. Hey, Emily. I haven't heard of that. Wow, the baby wasn't shot because oh my God. That's just so freaking pathetic, you know? Christina Randall says the same thing every video she does. Oh, wow, okay. That's pretty cool. Hey, is it Miyabi? Is it Miyabi? Am I saying that wrong? Did I totally just butcher it? I probably did, because I do that sometimes, but that's just me. um, wow, I hadn't heard of that family. That really sucks, though. You guys, have you been watching? I'm sure you have. I'm sure the building collapsed in Surfside, Florida, right outside of Miami, or right inside of Miami. Is it right inside Miami or right outside Miami? That is so damn sad, you guys. Like, I have really struggled. I've had to like physically shut my phone and stop reading about it because it's just really getting to me. You know, so many of the stories. I will say this. There was a husband and wife, and I feel so bad that I can't remember their name. But I believe they were in their 80s, and they used to always, the son said they used to always argue back and forth that I don't want to die before you. I don't want you to die before me. You know, they always argued that they wanted to go together, right? Well, when they discovered them, they were together in bed and they had died together. So the son said, you know, if I take anything away from this, at least they were able to go together, you know? But some of the stories, like, yeah, I've had to physically like step away from it because it just gets to me. You know, it's like a whole another 9/11. I mean, it's, of course, it's not that grandiose. It's not to that scale, but it's still horrible, you know? And then we just had the construction, the building that was under construction that collapsed here in DC. We had 2 weeks ago, the walking bridge that collapsed in DC. It's just been one thing after another with collapsing, you know, with collapses. And I saw this thing where this lady had literally taken a video of the front of the building that collapsed. And it was literally like 20 minutes before the building collapsed. She was taking a video or something and pictures, and then bam, the building collapsed like 6 minutes later or something. It's just so sad, you guys. Should be maybe. I think. Sorry, didn't mean to butcher it. Maybe. See, I almost said that too. That was like my first instinct. But then when I like sounded it out, I was like, oh, I'm probably saying it wrong. There you go. Maybe it's maybe. So yeah, that whole collapse thing is just, it's really gotten to me. I'm sure it's gotten to everybody. I mean, it's not just me. It's just horrible. Like, it's so unfortunate. It's just, you know, it's just like the random missing persons and the murders, and it's just something that shouldn't have to happen. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yep. I agree, Lori. I agree. You know, my husband and I always talk about, he always says, like, you know, one of his biggest fears is he's afraid he's going to suffer. You know, God forbid, people that drowned or people that are, you know, they die in a fire. You know, he's always like, you know, I don't want to suffer when I go. And, you know, you think about these people, and I guess the only consolation is the majority of them were probably asleep, you know. But yeah, it sucks. It really does. It's just so unfortunate. And to see that some of these people were paying $800 a month for their condominium association dues. $800 a month. That's more like what you would pay for your mortgage. You know what I mean? I mean, we pay a lot more than that for our mortgage, but a lot of people only pay $800 a month for a mortgage. Freaking $800 a month just for your condo association dues. And then those condos were like, I mean, they were pretty nice condos. You know, it's not like these were cheapy condos. These condos were freaking nice as crap. I was watching this video and I was like, damn, that's a really nice condo. Like, they had this huge like wraparound porch. You know, it's not a porch, but like a balcony with a view of the ocean, you know. I mean, they're nice. They're not chintzy. You know what I mean? It's just so freaking ridiculous. I saw that Pat, the little 7-year-old. Yeah, and so they're telling that story, and then they're like, you know, and he's been actively working his shifts, you know, to remove people, to try to find people. And I just lost it. Like, so sad. And it's kind of like, it's like when 9/11 happened and a lot of the firefighters, because they were searching for their, firefighting brothers, they were like, if you find him, we want to be the one to carry him out. And so I could see where, this fireman probably felt the same thing. But to actually see your loved one after they've died like that in such a tragic situation, I would just think that it would be tough. Yeah, $1 million condo. Exactly. And they were getting all this money every month and nothing apparently was ever fixed. I mean, supposedly I heard one guy say, yeah, they put a lot of Band-Aids on stuff, but they never really went out of their way to fix anything. So, you know what? When their insurance company has to pay out millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to these poor families that have been affected, more power to them. I hope they get every penny they can. Like, I just can't, I can't even, like, I gotta stop talking about it because it's getting to me again. Yeah. Yep. So true, Pat. Yeah. So, okay. So let's talk about, Lori Vallow Daybell. Although she's not really Lori Vallow Daybell. She's Lori Daybell. Conspiracy to commit murder charges against Charles Vallow. Woo woo. Yeah. I was watching Nor Jasmine. Do you guys watch her, Nor Jasmine? And she had printed out the paperwork from, the conspiracy to commit murder charges against Charles Vallow for Lori Daybell. And a lot of it was redacted, of course. But if you read it, and you put the pieces together, you could pretty much figure out whose names were redacted in there. Like Zulema, for example. Y'all, I think they're going to arrest that bimbo. I think they're going to go after her. And you know what? Get her. She's tried to play so innocent through all this. But when you read that paperwork, she was more involved. Like, she was actively talking with Lori about killing Ned, or Hiplos. They called him Hiplos as well. Not just Ned Schneider, but they called him Hiplos, Charles Vallow. She was actively talking with Lori in text messages about that he needed to die. He needed to go. I think they're going to arrest her ass. I do. And if they don't, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. If they don't arrest her, it's for one reason and one reason only. Because she was smart and got a lawyer and got herself protected, and she's going to go against Lori. That's the only way she won't get arrested, is if she works a deal with the DA. Because she definitely was a part of it. She knew exactly what was going on. You can't tell me different. I don't give a crap. She could tell me to my face. She's a liar. Lori Miller, she's a gorgeous girl. Yes, she is. She's so pretty. Isn't she so pretty? And she's so sweet. She just comes off so genuine, and that's why I continue to watch her. Unlike another person who does true crime that I will not watch anymore, because I feel like she's in it for the wrong reasons, and I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of people on YouTube, and please, God, strike me dead if this ever happens to me. I think a lot of these YouTubers, when they start getting big, it ends up becoming more about money, and they don't care about people anymore. They don't care who they walk all over. They don't care how they get to the top. Yeah. So I like to watch Nor, because she seems just so legit. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think Zulema's gonna, yeah. And you know what? You know who else? What's the one, Melanie, who's Lori's niece? Her husband, Brandon, was shot at by, what the hell's his name? Alex Cox, that's it. I think she's going to be brought in too. I do. Again, if she doesn't, it's because she agrees to testify against Lori. I think that there are going to be more charges as far as when they figured out, was it Brandon Boudreaux? That's his last name, right? Yeah. So Alex and Lori's niece, Melanie, it's now her ex-husband, but her husband, Brandon Boudreaux. I think they're going to put charges against them. And you know what? I think they probably, if they've looked on Chad's phone, Lori's phone, Zulima's phone, Melanie's phone, they could be charging them for Alex Cox's murder as well. Because I really think he was murdered. He was murdered. Come on. Who didn't they freaking murder? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Maria Sterlace, yeah, you're very right. Aw, thanks, Maria. I love Noor. She's so cool. Exactly, Lori. It really gets on my nerves. Because I really liked this one particular YouTuber. I really liked her videos because I thought, wow, she put so much time and energy and effort into it. And I really liked her. And when I saw some things and found out some things, I'm done. I'm totally done. Oh, Melanie Plasky, that's the friend, right? Isn't that Lori and Chad's friend? She might, hell, for all I know, she's probably involved too. I mean, all those people were stanky. There was, you know what I mean? Like, they were all out to murder people and, you know. Hi, D-Minor. I didn't know you was down there. Come here. Any update on Two Young Brothers? Oh, I haven't seen anything about the poor babies. Why did I just go blank? Of course I went blank. Classic and sincere. Yeah. Born in Norson. No, I haven't seen anything. I need to try to connect to them again. I need to try to do that this week. I definitely need to try to do that this week. Oh, definitely Charles was murdered. You know it. You know it. I mean, what's wrong? Come here. Why are you down here? Hold on, you guys. Let me get my puppy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't come see Mama. Come on. No, over here. Come see Mama. Well, Phooey, she doesn't want to come see me. She doesn't want to see me. She's distracted. She's trying to figure out what her daddy's doing. Okay. Gotcha. Is that her? Pulaski's her new husband's last name, right? Yeah. I get so confused, y'all. I mean, it's just a bunch of dumbass people they are. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even really count. I hate to say that. I don't mean to say that because, you know, God makes us all in our own unique ways. But I truly believe that God had absolutely nothing to do with their dumbassness, if that's a word. They're just sick people. Like, I just don't have any, like, patience for them anymore at this point. Do you think Bill Cosby is guilty? Oh, 150% he's guilty. Oh, yeah, he's definitely guilty. I said that from day one. That man was so guilty. And now, supposedly, you know, the guy's old and feeble now. He can't walk very well. But now he comes out and says, like, oh, I'm not going to apologize for anything that I did. It was consensual. It's no longer consensual when you drug somebody, you moron. Maybe she consented to spending the night with you prior to her being drugged, but once you freaking drugged her, she's no longer able to consent, if you know what I mean. Yeah. You know what, Pat? That's funny that you said that, girlfriend. I actually have thought that. That he was like poisoning himself or something. That's what I thought. But I was like, no, why would he do that? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, then my logical brain takes over and I'm like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he want to do that? I don't know. And I don't want to connect with him. I may try to connect with Charles, but I definitely don't want to connect with Alex Cox. I just have I don't want anything to do with him. He was making jokes about it in the 70s. He's been doing it for years, decades, and getting away with it because of how he looked. Yep. Well, he was, you know, when the 80s hit, he was, quote, wait, here we go again. Got to figure out where the camera is. America's dad, right? So, you know, then he was able to get away with it even more, right? My next video is going to be on the Vale Mansion. The Vale Mansion's in Independence, Missouri. It is such a gothic, it's a gothic style mansion. It's absolutely gorgeous. I went there. I got some stuff when I was there. I wasn't able to go inside. Unfortunately, I don't know if my sister knew about the Vale Mansion prior and she had just forgotten about it or what, but we lucked upon it the night before I was flying out. And they were going to open it like the next day for tours, but I was flying out that day, didn't know the airlines were going to be screwed up, you know, or I would have been able to go and stayed, you know, a couple more days. But anyway, so yeah, so it's going to be a different type of video. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a different type of video, but I just want to do it and put it out there because I thought it would be cool. Let's see. Have you had any thoughts about Summer Moon? Well, I mean, I just did a video on her, so yeah. Bill Cosby definitely needs to still be paying for it and be in jail. I agree. Summer Moon Wells. I've actually, since I did the video, have gotten a few more things. So, and I want to clarify something. So, you know, I talked about in the video how her mom was definitely in an abusive relationship, right? You know, and I said, like, when you've been in an abusive relationship and then you spent all this time and energy and effort and you've worked through it, you can always spot someone that's in an abusive relationship, right? But I hope it didn't come off wrong when I said that, because look, I don't think the mom's an angel by any stretch of the imagination. She was clearly high in that interview. But I definitely will stand by that she's in an abusive relationship. I mean, that's what I was getting. That's what I see. Even before, if I take my, you know, psychic abilities and toss them to the side, which I can't really do, but if I could, you know, when you've been abused, you can spot it, you know? And that doesn't necessarily play into this situation at all. You know, her poor daughter's missing. I think in a roundabout way, she's connected somehow. I don't know. I feel horrible for her, and I hope that she wasn't involved, but I just think in some kind of roundabout way she is. I don't know if it's that there's a part of her brain that's saying, hey, maybe so-and-so took her and hurt her. You know what I mean? And maybe she's just saying, no, why are you thinking that? You know what I mean? Like, I think she's involved somehow. Her husband, I didn't feel necessarily like he's involved with the disappearance or harm in the child. I think there are many people that know a lot more than what they're saying. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Afton. It's not a big deal. Like, I wish it were going to be this awesome video. And had I had more time to actually go inside, it would be really cool. My sister's actually going to come out here in October. So I'm thinking, like, maybe in the spring I'll go back out there. This next spring I'll fly back out and maybe I can actually go there. I just really want to go inside. Like, and when you see the video, you'll kind of understand why I want to go inside. It'll all make sense. I know I'm kind of talking in circles, but his wife must be off her rocker. Oh, Cosby's wife? Ugh, No doubt. What is she? Stupid? Or, I mean, obviously she knows her husband screwed around on her. Like, oh, no problem, Brie. Oh, sometimes I say stuff kind of flippant, and I don't really mean it to be that way. That's just kind of how my brain is. Sorry, I wasn't meaning anything, Brie, at all. Sorry. And I ended up getting, like, I've gotten a few more things since then. I'll probably do, like, an update video. Black people looked up to him, and he's robbed them. You know, it's, Lori, I agree. It's so much like him and OJ both. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just black people. Like, I remember thinking OJ Simpson was so cool, and Bill Cosby was so cool. Like, yeah, it's sad. Right, baby, right. It is sad. Okay, Kim. So some of the girl that you were dreaming about. Okay, no, nope. She is not the little girl that I was dreaming about. I wish the heck she was, because then maybe we would be able to find her. She's not. But the weird thing was, you know, I went to bed that night. I dreamt about the normal little girl I always dream about, right? I dreamt about the tsunamis, the storms, the this, the that. Did I? Hold on, did I? Yeah. And I dreamt about this little girl. So the next morning, I get up, hubby and I are talking, and he's like, hey, I just got this notification on YouTube about some new little girl that's missing. Well, the new dream that I'd had that night was the new little girl, which is Summer, and she wasn't newly missing or anything, but it's just the first time my husband had seen it, I guess. So he was like wanting to tell me about it. I wish it was. I still dream about that poor little girl. I look forward to any video from you, something. Aw, thanks, Bethany. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's not, I didn't go out of my way, to watch anything of Bill Cosby's or, OJ Simpson for that matter, but it's just, I mean, in the 80s when he had his, the Cosby Show, like, I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool show. It just sucks. It sucks. Unfortunately, he's just the tip of the iceberg of the other morons out there that, put on this act like they're these, oh, look at me. I'm so wholesome. I'm such a great person. I'm an actor. I make you happy every day. Look at me. Look at me. Meanwhile, they're molesting kids, when they're not on the screen. So, yeah, there's lots of them like that out there. Let's talk about Britney Spears, baby. Okay. So, I am older than the population that, grew up with Britney Spears. I'm older than that. So, I mean, like, my daughter liked Britney Spears. And all the kids were goo goo gaga over her when she came out and all that, when she first got famous or whatever. I mean, didn't she do like the Disney show or something and Nickelodeon and all that? Yeah. Anyway, so I worked at this large venue. I worked backstage. And so this one particular night, I did it as like a part-time thing, just to make a little bit extra money. And then I'm like, oh, I'm there so I can listen to the concerts even though I'm working. So I met a lot of great people in the industry, and I'm still friends with some of them. And so I met some really great people, right? So let me tell you the story about Britney Spears. Okay, so I wasn't originally scheduled to work that concert, but something came up and my boss was like, can you work it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So for her particular concert, she was going to take stage at, I think it was 9:30. She had a couple little bands that were coming out before her. So my job was to like make sure she had everything she needed, escort her out onto stage, sit there and watch her concert, make sure she was safe, and then escort her back, and then take her to get her food and take her shower or whatever. Okay. So in the process of doing this, I usually, talk to the artist, get to know them, not Britney Spears. I went up to her, I introduced myself, I said, this is what I'm here for. If you need anything, just holler, let me know. I'll be right outside of your green room. So I literally had to stand right outside of her green room the whole night, right? So she was taking stage. That's what I was going to say. She's taking stage at like 9:30. And like, for example, Jimmy Buffett, okay? Jimmy Buffett normally takes stage around 9:40. But he would get to the venue at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which meant I had to be at the venue by then, right? So they said, okay, she wants to get there really early, so you need to be in early. And I'm like, great, it's going to be a long night. Because half the time you don't get out of there until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning if the bands stay and party, because you can't leave until they're gone. So I'm like, oh, great. But then I'm thinking, she's just a kid, she's not going to be partying, So I get there, I go meet her manager, I go meet security. So I go to her and I'm like, hey, I'm here for you. Anything you need, you just say the word, I'll make it happen. If you think of something off the wall, you can have your manager call me out in Milwaukee. I got you. Well, so and she was like, oh, thank you. She literally was just kind of like, okay, lady, you strange old woman, just get out of my room type thing. So I was like, okay. So I walked out, shut the door, standing outside, and people were coming and going. And so I hear her like yelling. And I mean like angrily yelling, okay? Like she's pissed. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? If she would have been older, I wouldn't even had a second thought of banging on the door and asking if I could help. But she was younger and I was like, she's a teenager. Like, I don't want to overstep my boundaries. So I just kind of sat there for a while as she yelled. And then it's like everything went quiet. And then it was like 10 minutes later. And then she was yelling again. Oh, no, honey, put it in the freezer for me. I can't eat it now. Will you put it in the freezer for me? Thank you.
I can eat it. It's,
Hubby got me ice cream, but I can't sit here and eat and talk. Thank you, hubby. I'm going to eat it later. He better not eat it. Oh, no. Did Daddy lock you in here? Oh, no. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Daddy locked you in, huh? That crazy, Daddy. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, so then it's quiet for like 10 minutes and then screaming again. And I'm thinking, okay, nobody went in there. Who is she fighting with? So, because I swear it sounded like there was another person, right? Well, apparently there wasn't. This kept going on and on and on. And people kept walking by and they're like, is everything okay in there? And I'm like, I don't know. So finally I knocked on the door and she was like, what? I said, can I come in? Yes. So I opened the door. I'm like, is everything okay, Miss Spears? Like, can I get you anything? She's like, I'm just so sick of my mom and her crap. And I was like, oh. And then, I see the phone. So they had like, I can't remember what kind of phones, but back when the first phones came out. Well, anyway, who cares? So she was like, no. And then she was just kind of like cussing and going off about her mom. So I was like, okay, I'll be out here. So I walked out, shut the door. So a little while later, this woman comes up to me and she's like, excuse me. And I was like, because I was blocking the doorway, right? I'm like, can I help you? And she's like, no, you can't help me. I need to go see my daughter. And I was like, oh, you must be Mrs. Spears. And she's like, yeah. Like, I should have known that. I'm like, I've never seen you before, lady. How the hell would I know who you are? So I said, okay, no problem. Open the door. Well, then it was calm for like probably a half an hour. And then screaming, yelling, you can hear shit being thrown, like stuff hitting the walls, the door. So my boss comes by and she's like, we're getting a lot of complaints that she's being really loud in that green room. And I'm like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Like, do you want to talk to her? She was like, let me go talk to her manager. I was like, that's a great idea. So she went to talk to her manager. It wasn't 10 minutes later, I hear screaming, cussing, yelling. And then the door flies open and it's Brittany. And she's like, how dare you? I'm like, excuse me? She's like, how dare you freaking tell on me? My manager's calling saying your manager's saying that I have to quiet down because I'm disrupting everybody. And I was like, if you got a problem, you need to talk to your manager because don't bring me into this crap. Like, I don't want to get stuck in the middle. It's not my fault, you know? So the rest of the night was her screaming, Mom. Her mom would walk out and walk over to where her wardrobe was. And she had like a wardrobe lady. So I guess the wardrobe lady had picked out what she was going to wear, right? Well, I guess her mom didn't like the one option. So then Brittany screaming from her room to her mom who's down the hall with wardrobe, I want to wear the red one, you know, and they're like piss matching back and forth, screaming. And she's like, Mom, do this. Mom, do that. The entire night was, Mom, God damn it, go do this. Mom, fucking do this. Excuse my French. That's exactly what she was saying. And she was screaming, okay? So immediately I'm thinking, this is a spoiled, rotten, a little brat. You know, I'm just like, I was counting my lucky stars that I had such good kids when all this was going on. Okay, so fast forward, she goes on stage. She comes off stage, she goes and eats, she gets on her bus, and she gets on her merry little frickin' way, which I was grateful for. Oh, but let me tell you, I'm leaving out the best part. So, you know, when the artist takes stage, I sit on the side stage. So if you ever go to a concert and you look up at the stage, if you look to the far left, usually it's to the far left, you'll see like metal chairs sitting there and people sitting there. It's usually like her family. It'll be like the artist's family, friends, and then the person who's watching the artist, which was me that night. So I'm sitting there and, you know, I wasn't a Britney Spears fan, but I was like, whatever. She had been such a little bee the whole night. I thought, good, I just get to sit here and relax and I don't have to deal with her. So she's out there singing her little heart out. Well, if you work at a venue, then you know whether the person's singing or lip syncing, right? And of course she was lip syncing. So at one point, we're talking summer weather in the DC area. A bug apparently flies into her mouth and she starts choking. Okay. And as she's choking, her voice continues to sing because she was lip syncing. And she's like choking, thinking she's dying. Okay. Which I hate to say this, but all of her staff that were sitting across from me, they were cracking up. They thought it was hilarious. It was kind of funny, but it's kind of mean. But anyway, so the audience started booing her, right? So her people all of a sudden are like, shit, what do we do? So all of a sudden the music cuts off. Brittany goes running off the stage. So of course I had to follow her. And she's in her dressing room and she's like, shit. Now everybody knows I lip sync. And she's freaking out. And her mom's like, it's not that big of a deal, Brittany. A lot of artists lip sync. Ask this lady, she'll tell you. And I was like, that's true. A lot of artists do lip sync. And I wanted to say, the good artists don't. But no, I didn't say that. I felt sorry for the kid. I mean, I felt sorry for her, you know. So yeah, so she ended up going back on stage and she, you know, explained that, yes, I was lip syncing. Like, you don't know what it does to your voice, you know, singing over and over again for concerts. It's like next to impossible, you know, whatever. So the fans were like, yay. And then she, you know, got done. She ate her food. She got on her bus and she left. Yay. So that's my Britney Spears story. So I've always had this opinion of her that she was always just so rude to her mom and so demanding. And she just came off as like this privileged, you know, spoiled, rotten brat. Okay. So fast forward to today. She's in the conservatorship. Here's what I have to say. We talked about it a little bit last Friday night. It's sad that the judge shot everything down for her. Because like I said, I feel like it's her money. You know, she worked her ass off. She earned it. She clearly has talent. She clearly can sing. She clearly can dance. You know what I mean? So let her have her freaking money. Does she have issues? Oh my gosh, yes. She has a lot of mental issues. I can tell you that right off the bat. I'm here to tell you if she has issues. But it's her money. It's her life. It's sad that she's, that she's still stuck in the same situation. Because I don't know. I don't feel like her dad's a very good person. I didn't get any good, warm, fuzzy thoughts with her mom either back in the day, but that could have just been because she was stressed and, I don't know, but I didn't get a good feeling. So I think it's horrible. If she wants to go get pregnant, if she wants to go get married, if she wants to go blow all of her freaking money, she has that right. She's a grown-ass woman. She has that right. That's what I think about Britney Spears. And see, that was a show my parents let me stay up past bedtime to watch. It is sad. Tons of pedophiles out there. She was the first concert you went to, really? That's cool. I worked at a big venue down in DC. My vacation was good. I'm ready for another one. Hubby and I are going to the beach July 23rd for like a week. So I'm looking, so normally every year, my husband and I, we normally go after Labor Day to the beach for, 5 days, a week, whatever. But 2 years ago, last year was COVID, we didn't go anywhere. 2 years ago, we were at Virginia Beach and a hurricane hit. It was a Cat 1, it was no big deal. It was nothing major, but my point is, like, I said to him, like, we could have very easily have been told, sorry, there's a hurricane coming, so y'all need to go home. And we would have lost our money because we don't get travel insurance on it, So he said, he's like, this year we're going to the freaking beach in July or August. We're not going in September. But now there's so damn many hurricanes already, so who knows? But yeah. She was the first concert I went to. How was your vacation? Inhaling a bug is torture. It is. Led Zeppelin. Hey, Candy Cane. Led Zeppelin never. Exactly, they didn't, because they were a good group. I got an ant in my ear once. It was traumatic. I bet. I did 2, Lori. Mom took me to the doctor. He kept rinsing out my ear. I got sick. I bet. McFittyfoot. Yeah. Bethany, I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 10-9. Can you pick up on people's past lives? Yes, I can. Yep. Wow, maybe 6 months and sure has passed. God, it's so sad. You guys, when I went to Kansas City and when we were coming back from Indiana to Kansas City and we stopped at the cemeteries, I was just dumbfounded by the new graves. There were a lot of children's graves, but there were also a lot of adult graves. You can't help but think, oh my gosh, should they die from COVID? Yeah. Hey, McFittyfoot. Hey. Love going to the beach for the 4th. Rich folks put on an amazing fireworks show. Yes, they do, 10-9. That's so true. Those rich people, they always have fun, don't they? Yeah, fireworks show. Oh, yeah. I think I was in North Carolina one year for the 4th. And they were launching fireworks up. And it was like up over the ocean because it was on the other side of the island. Oh, my God, it was so pretty. It was just entirely... just so gorgeous. No doubt, Bethany. I'm praying for you too, honey. There's anybody that knows me knows that my dad's death was very traumatic for me. It took me probably 18 months to feel like a human being again. It was so quick. But I was very fortunate. It was very quick, but I was so fortunate that I had 11 days with him. The last 11 days of his life, they had pulled him off the medication and said, because originally they said that he had pneumonia. Well, then they came in and said, it's cancer, it's bad. It had eaten through his lungs all the way up his spinal cord because this dumb hillbilly doctor had put him under for surgery because he said, oh, I know why you're in so much pain. Let me cut this, was it a muscle or something, out of your back and you'll be fine. Well, when he opened him up, the air hit the cancer and it just spread like wildfire. And so we were told, and then I had 11 days with him. We all had 11 days with him. So, you know, we did a lot of laughing, a lot of crying, talking about, you know, memories and stuff. So I was very fortunate in that, you know. But yeah, I miss my daddy too. I feel you, girl. I mean, it just really changed my life. Like, you know. And then I think by the time my mom passed, you know, I had had enough time to process daddy's death. And so a lot of my feelings were, okay, she's going to go get to be with daddy. So I'm okay that she's gone. Not that it wasn't traumatic, because it was very traumatic, you know. She was living with us, and that's another story. But I know I understand how hard it is. It hurts my heart to think about it, Bethany. I feel so bad for you, honey. I feel so bad. And, you know, I had somebody come up to me. I had someone come up to me at my dad's funeral. And I just wanted to like get through the day. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to be done. And I know that sounds harsh, but you're just so numb by that point, you know, that I just wanted to be done. And some person who shall remain nameless came up to me and said, oh, it gets easier. Don't worry, it gets easier. Here's what I have to say to him. He's dead now, but it doesn't get easier. It gets different. There's no such thing as it getting easier. You're not going to miss your dad any less. You know what I mean? It just gets to a point, like finally, after like 18 months, I could think about my dad or think about a memory and not burst into tears, you know? But it never gets easier. It just gets different. When people say, oh, it gets easier, you've obviously never lost anyone because that you gave a shit about. Because if you had, you wouldn't be saying that, you know? I mean, and, you know, all you can do is treasure the good times and try to keep his memory alive, you know? But I don't even want to give you advice because there's really no advice. But I will tell you this. I'm not able to connect with your dad right now because, trust me, I'm trying to. And I think it's because he's only been gone for a short period of time. But I will tell you this. Not that this makes it any easier, but I do feel like he's peaceful and he's happy and he's in a good place. I feel the peace. I know that doesn't make it any better. You know, I know that doesn't make it any better. If you contact me in about 6 months, you know, I'll be glad to try to connect with him for you. I don't know what it is. It's kind of bizarre. Sometimes I can connect right away, but in a lot of cases, it's like I can't connect for a while. It takes a while. It's like they get in there and they have initiation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Bethany, I'm so sorry it's so hard. I still miss mine after 17 years. It just changes and you learn to live with it. Exactly. And it's still to this day, though, I will tell you this. My dad died in 1995. And it was just recently. I wish I could remember. I don't know. Recently, I thought in my head I should call my dad. the weirdest thing. He's been gone since 95, and I thought that. So I know he was thinking about me, you know? And that's kind of like, you know, you start to take, it's like you start to see little things, and then it makes you kind of feel like, okay, maybe I can get through today. And literally, I'm telling you, for me, it was minute to minute. Like, okay, if I can get through this minute, you know what I mean? Like, it was hard. It was really hard. And I understand. Aw, Candy Cane, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And here, let me say this too. These people that say, oh, she lived a long, great life. So what? You know, it doesn't mean you're going to miss her any less or that it's going to hurt any less when she dies. I mean, come on. Yeah, sorry, Afton. I don't see many people with my same name, Prayers. Yeah, I've never gotten along with mine very well, but that makes me want to try a little harder. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks, Bethany. Let's see. My dad died 2 years ago. He was the first of 10 kids. Now my grandmother is being buried on my dad's birthday. Ironic. Wow. Ugh, Candy Cane. Let me tell you one little quick thing. I can so relate to that. Let me tell you why. When Daddy died, okay, so my dad had polio. So from his waist down, he had braces that went all the way down his legs and crutches, right? So he like had no use of his legs. Everything was from his upper body. So when Daddy died, my grandma, who was just shy of being 100, she was in the hospital, and she looked at my aunt and uncle and she said, okay, John doesn't have anybody to take care of him now, because she considered my mom, you know, my mom looked out for him when he was alive because they were married, right? So she was like, I gotta go. And she closed her eyes and died. So I totally can understand that. Oh yeah, maybe. That's right. Thanks. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah. That's a great idea, Stephanie. I did that too. Write a letter. I wrote a letter and then set it on fire. That helped. And I even had time to say goodbye to my dad. And I still felt like, I don't know. I still felt like after he passed, there were so many things that I should have said. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Tom and I were going through a closet yesterday and found one of Grant's jackets, and I just lost it and started crying and couldn't stop. It's been 4+ years. Ah, Kim. I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah, I mean, it's not anything you'll ever get over, especially losing your child, you know? You were very lucky, Candy. Yeah, balloons are bad for animals. That's true. Oh, really? The Chinese lanterns are okay? I didn't know that. You were meant to be here, Bethany. See? See. Anytime, Candy. Aw. Yeah, no doubt. I bet she did. But yeah, it sucks to lose someone. You know, I do that frequently with my mom. She died in 01, and it'll pop in my head like, oh, I need to call my mom. You know, but I did that the other day with my dad. So I was like, oh, my dad's obviously thinking about me, you know? And then I went to, years ago, my aunt passed, my dad's sister. And I was at her funeral. And my dad was standing there. I saw him. And I was like smiling, like everybody else was bawling. I was sitting there smiling because I saw my dad, and I knew, you know, I knew he was good, and I knew he was there to take his sister with him, you know. Yeah. So. I bet she had some sorry that maybe just burn the letter. I would never ask you to connect, but I'm glad you feel like you had that peace. Oh yeah, definitely. I can tell you definitely. like I was trying, and you know, in my mind, I was trying to connect with them. You know, I was hoping maybe I could connect with them. But like I said, it's like I was told like they go into they cross over and they go into like, it's almost like they have to learn how to do everything there. So they have like classes or some type of thing, you know what I mean? Like learning time. And I think that's why usually I can't connect with them. Now, if it's like a traumatic death, for some reason, a lot of times I can connect with them, you know, like right away. Let's see. At least I've said everything I want to say to my dad. 91. So good. I'm glad you've been, you know, and I know you don't have the best relationship, Lori, but I'm glad you've been able to say what you need to say to him. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be really healing for you when something happens to him, you know? Aw, that's so true, Candy. That's so true. You know, Bethany, it's so bizarre that you asked that. It's so weird that you asked that because I was just thinking about it the other day. Like, I need to try to connect with my family. I was able to connect with my dad a couple times in the past, but it was weird because it was like I wasn't really trying to connect with him, but he came through. so yeah. I mean, I can. So, like, most times I can't see if something bad's going to happen to somebody that I'm close to. Most of the time I can't see it. With my dad, I knew that he was going to die. I knew that my mom was going to die. But honestly, God forbid if something happened to my hubby, I don't know that I would see it. You know what I mean? Because I see little things when it comes to people I care about, but nothing major, you know? I mean, I've had like an example. I had one time I told my hubby, I was like, don't you dare get in the car. He was getting in the car to go run an errand. And I was like, nope, don't go. And he was like, why? And I'm like, just don't go. And then we were living in this apartment complex at the time. And then it was like 10 minutes later, all of a sudden you hear gunshots. Yeah, this lady was shooting at her boyfriend who had jumped out of the car. And she was just randomly shooting. And it would have put my husband like right there where she was shooting if he would have left. So, I mean, I do get things like that, but yeah. Aw, Festus's mom, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Bethany, exactly. Yeah, no doubt, Lori. I actually, I knew that it could hurt birds. I didn't know about the Chinese lantern though. That's so cool. I didn't know anything about that. Wow, Mac, that sucks. Hey, Mac, what's happening? Oh, thank you, Candy. Yeah, that sucks. Do you know Sloan Bella? If so, what are your thoughts on her? I follow about 5 psychics I trust tremendously, but 3 out of 5 say the celeb conspiracies are true, rituals, mind control, etc. What do you think? Here's what I think. Okay. I think Sloan Bella is a very gifted psychic at what she does. I don't understand. Like, there's one psychic that does remote viewing. I don't get that. There's Sloan who does like the astrology, and then people do numerology and all this stuff. I don't understand it. But Sloan's really good at what she does, so more power to her. As far as the ritual stuff, let me say this. I just have never been comfortable getting into that side of things. Like the conspiracy theories. Are there conspiracy theories out there? Oh, heck yeah. There's tons of them. But I think a lot of times people portray that everything is a conspiracy theory and it just gets overdone and ridiculous. But I choose not to get into that mind control and the pedophilia. I feel like the type of person that I am, I'm pretty happy, upbeat person. I feel like I would become so depressed if I was around that stuff all the time and dealing with that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So more power to her if she can deal with that on a regular basis. I don't know how the hell she does it. But I don't like to get too far into that. That's just, I say this all the time. I'm not a good psychic. People ask me to explain how things work and I don't know how to explain it, and I don't do tarot cards and I don't do numerology or astrology and I don't do this and I don't do that. I just know how my gifts work. I know how I choose to utilize my gifts. And that's about it. I am very blessed to have these gifts. I feel like in the blink of an eye, it could be taken away. And so I try really hard to be grateful for what I have and to utilize my gifts in a good way, for the positive and to help people. Why my phone's blowing up. Sorry, guys. But I always say I'm not a good psychic because of that. Yeah. Trouble is I said all sorts of things. I need an answer. Why? Why did she do these horrible things? I can tell you, Lori, you're not ever going to get that answer. You're not ever going to get that answer. I'm sorry. I know that sucks. And I know that it would probably make your life so much easier to have those answers, Lori, but you're not going to get them. Wow. That's so sad, Mac. I'm so sorry. Tag on. He definitely knows now. There you go, Bethany. He definitely knows now. Yeah, I understand that, Lori. About it being better than plastic. Anything's better than plastic. I did the clean the bay one year. You guys, if you went to the bay and you volunteered to clean up the bay, let me tell you. So we had a clipboard, and anytime you picked up a piece of styrofoam, you had to write the approximate size of the styrofoam and put, one piece of styrofoam. You had to keep a running tally. And when we got done, you would not believe how many bags upon bags. There was like 20 of us. And we probably picked up, no lie, at least 150 bags of plastic, styrofoam. It was horrible, you guys. It was so horrible, all the crap we picked up that people just throw in the water. It was gross. Like, if you went and did that, you wouldn't litter because it was horrible. Very true, maybe. Very true. Oh, the lanterns do burn up. Okay, maybe that's what it is. I'm a ditz sometimes, y'all, okay? I'm just being real here. Love you too, Bethany. Have a good week. Happy 4th. Take care of yourself. Glad you came tonight. I'm so glad. You did need this, and we needed you here, see? Yay! Thank you, Festus's mom. 0 thumbs down. I kind of get a chuckle when I do get a thumbs down because I'm like, really? I don't care. I don't care. I love Sloan, but right now she can't focus. Yeah. Look, I don't really watch her videos. I've watched some of her videos, but she's not my cup of tea. And not that I think she's great at what she does, no doubt. Like, there's no way I could know all that stuff about dates and what moon you're born under. Like I said, I'm a bad psychic. Like, I couldn't keep up with all that stuff. But she's just not my cup of tea. But, more power to her. I hope she gets things worked out with whatever's going on with her, I don't know. Who do you mean, Mr. Lincoln? It's probably so relevant and I'm just clueless. Alex, I'm sorry. Hi, Alex. I love channeling Eric. Yeah. I've talked about them before on here. Exactly, Candy. I will tell you, when I did the clean up the bay in Maryland, it was disgusting. It was such an eye-opener going there because I was like, you've got to be kidding me. All the crap that had washed up. It was just, it was disgusting. Like, it was disgusting, the stuff that washed up. you know, and I was so frustrated the whole time. I was just like mumbling to myself as I'm picking trash up and writing it down. You know, I was just pissed. Like, I can't believe, excuse me, that people don't value this world enough to not frickin' litter. Like, how hard is it to stop at a frickin' trash can and throw the shit away, you know? Sorry, you guys, I'm cussing a lot. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I hear where you're coming from, Candy. It's sad. That's true, Pat. I actually saw a thing about that, about like this handful of balloons that got stuck and it like did something to the power lines. Yeah, I saw that. Natasha, oh good, honey. See, that's how I am too. That's exactly, like, we were coming home the other day. I think it was like last weekend, hubby and I were out somewhere and we were coming home. There was all this litter down the side of the road. And I was in my head, I'm like, I should get out and go. If the light turns green, I need to jump out and go clean it up. But you know, it was like a busy road. I was like, but I was thinking that, you know, like, we need to go clean. I know, they do. It hurts my heart too. Happy 4th, Abe or John Wilkes. Oh, for 4th of July. I got you, Alex. I was like, Mr. Lincoln. I know. How can people do that? Like, seriously, how can people just leave their stuff there? Like, how hard is it to put it in a freaking trash bag, throw it in your damn trunk, and when you get home, throw it in the trash can? How hard is it? Drives me nuts. That's true, Kim. I feel you on that, though, because the last time I went there, it was years ago. Years ago. But I remember getting like a Coke out of the Coke machine, and it cost me like $5 or something. And I was like, what? But then there was like no trash can to throw it in. So I literally had to walk into a restaurant and toss it. So I feel you on that. That's true. That is true. Wow. Good for New Zealand. We need to do that here in this country. Yep. They're all pigs. Every single one of them. Let me tell you the biggest reason why I don't litter. No lie. This is a true story. It was my first day of 4th grade. We had moved to a new neighborhood. I knew one person and I had known him for 4 years or something. So I was going to walk to his house and then we were going to walk to school together, which we did, right? So I get home that night and my neighbor, who was best friends with my mom, said, I heard you littered today. And I said, I didn't litter. What are you talking about? And she was like, and my mom was like, are you saying she's lying? And I'm like, no, ma'am. I didn't litter. And she was like, okay, well, that's what Kathy told me. Her daughter, Kathy, had supposedly heard from somebody at my school that I had littered. And so that began, anytime people would walk behind me on my way to school and say, litter bug, I hate you. And I never littered. It was just some BS story that somebody told Kathy or Kathy made up. I don't know. Kathy was my mom's best friend's daughter, who was much older than me. But honest to goodness, that has always stuck with me to where I will not litter. I don't want to be called a litter bug. Yep. Exactly, Lori. We got to lead by example. Yeah, that's true, 10. That's true. That's true. Makes you wonder how they were raised. Exactly. All right, you guys, listen, I know I'm getting off a little bit early tonight. If you're in the U.S., have a great 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Don't set yourself or others on fire with your illegal fireworks. And please, please, people, be nice. You know, my dog hates fireworks. Combat veterans, they hate fireworks. Like, it brings up the PTSD. So just be nice and, like, don't set fireworks off around people, you know, that are going to have an issue with it. Like, just be nice and courteous. I know none of my people would do that, but Have a great weekend. I think I'm going to go to the pool tomorrow and veg all daggone day long because I think here it's only supposed to be like, I think they said it might get to 90 tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything on the 4th. So yeah, should be pretty easy. Kim, have a great 4th of July. Natasha, have a great 4th of July. 10. Wait, Natasha, you're not from the US, are you? If you're from the US, y'all have a great 4th of July. Night, JR. Bye, Natasha. Bye, Kim. Bye, Lori. Bye, 10. Bye, Maybe. Bye, Alex. Bye, Candy. All right. Bye, Lori. Did I get everybody? I hope I did, y'all. Have an amazing week, you guys.